Okay, so this video is where the other two Pythagorean identities came from. If you're not interested in knowing where they came from and you just want to memorize them, then you can stop watching this video right now. When I had sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. And yes, I said that backwards, but order doesn't matter when we're adding. If I have cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. What that means is that the sine value squared plus the cosine value squared will always equal 1. Well, what if I decided to take these problems and change them up? I'm going to divide every portion of this problem by cosine squared theta. Now, the reason that I'm doing that is because I am going to be proving the other identity. And sometimes you just have to manipulate the equations. So you wouldn't know, that's not something you would be expected to know that you were supposed to do that. I just want you to see where it's coming from. What is cosine squared theta divided by cosine squared theta? What do you get? Well, anything divided by itself is always equal to 1. And remember what we had when we had sine over cosine? Sine over cosine was equal to tangent of theta. So sine squared theta over cosine squared theta is equal to tangent squared theta. And 1 over cosine was equal to secant. So 1 over cosine squared is equal to secant squared theta. So that's one of the equations we had. And once again, I think on my notes I had tangent squared theta plus 1. But remember, 1 plus tangent squared theta and tangent squared theta plus 1 is no difference. So what if I had started back with my original again? Cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. And now I'm going to go through and I'm going to divide everything by sine squared theta. All three parts, dividing it by sine squared theta. Well, what would I get? What is cosine divided by sine? That's cotangent. And cosine squared divided by sine squared is cotangent squared theta. Sine squared divided by itself is equal to 1. And 1 over sine is equal to cosecant. So 1 over sine squared is cosecant squared theta. And that is where the other two trig identities are derived from. You'll not have to use that. I just wanted you to know where it comes from. We will be using that later.